I really saw that much from the Liams coming out in this game. As on the other hand, you know, Lotties were just an absolute menace. I can see why the players are putting so much emphasis on it, because that infinite is so scary. As we're having a look again at Edward on his ACOS, he was just so clean with it. More replays actually. Might get a nice parry off, stealing away the weapon from CDY. Mike, I believe this was his first Realm Yang. This is the one he won. Himself a really nice parry actually. It's a shame for Mike, because I think he was on target for a very good game. Like Shale, also a character who is incredibly potent right now in the meta. Not, you know, the first pickable levels of strength, but you know, the ultimate and just the CC it brings him a little bit of damage, and just the survivability that this character has is absolutely crazy. So this could have been a good game for Mike. It was a better game for Edward, and that Realm Yang really caught them out.
So this is a clutch from CDY. He gets a gold F off. He goes for the scale rush, looks for the uppercut, not able to get it this season. It's a lot more developed, and it's shaping out the end games to be a lot more exciting.
Yeah, they really are. Having a look back at the replay for the last game, for game number 1, Mike able to secure those kills with the flying knives onto Spider, then turns it onto PXT. Is this the one where he beat Chuz? Can't remember what happened here. No, this is the one where Chuz beat him. But this was the second round with Yang. This is what caused Mike so many issues. He just got caught inside that ball infinite, constantly on loop. Next ball hits, and Mike just didn't get to play at all. And then from this point, I think the final circle, like the zone, the fact we were in such a built-up area with lots of buildings meant it was very hard for Mike to actually commit and get those kills. Like, Chuz finally went down right at the end, but like that was kind of after everyone had kind of used everything. It was just a nice little tidy up from Spider at the end here. But Edward, he played so amazing here. That knockback onto Frostiverse into the Bane's Breath, securing a kill, then just one by one taking out the lobby, and then locking Spider down. Because I felt like if Spider had been able to get his ult off here, he absolutely would have destroyed Edward. But Edward didn't give him the opportunity, just constantly kept him airborne, constantly kept him in the knock-up, and there's the smug face at the end of that one. And I would be smug as well. He played so bloody well on this ACOS. Here he is for his MVP.
Normally, Spider and Mike are known for the ACOS, so the fact that Edward was meta so far.
I mean, you kind of said everything I want to say about it. Like, it's a very exciting meta. There's a lot of, you know, there's definitely a pick order, but it does feel like, you know, it's a balanced meta. There's, you know, a lot of room for kind of like playing whatever you feel best on. I think CDY is the only player who's played a character twice. They played Shale twice now, so can't play that anymore. But it's very exciting to see, you know, like I said, I really enjoy watching the final picks to see kind of where people really put as their like high priority characters that they want to be playing. You know, we had ACOS obviously on Edward in game 1. We've had things like Justina's showing up. It's just in essence a very exciting meta. You know, there's a lot of versatility, and this is the great thing about Naraka in general at the moment, because Trios is in a similar boat where there's a lot of things that are capable of being played. It's not, you know, back in the day where we had like solos was just Yotohime and Justina, and it was really boring watching the Justinas just play defensively as the Yotos would then ult at the end of the fight, or the end of the circle, and just whoever managed to hit the most people won the game. You know, this is a lot more exciting meta. We don't see circles close as often in solos. Trios still have that, but solos, they typically end about 4 minutes with left on the clock, just because of how aggressive everyone's playing. And it's just...
And still, all these guys are playing for the most amount of points because they want to take a percentage of that going into the bi-weekly finals.
I'd be really nervous if I was Verse right now, because Verse is, came in today as the first place player, obviously wasn't playing. And Mike overtook them on a pretty mediocre game, and now it looks like the rest of the lobby are starting to catch up. Verse could start in like 4th or 5th on Saturday, which, you know, isn't the end of the world, but, you know, with the rest of the lobby starting to get a bit stronger and they all get extra points, it means you have to do even more work to get to that match point threshold. So definitely on Verse to step up going a little bit further forwards. This is, again, we're having a look at this final circle. This is actually a Rano. Just constantly coming in with those bow shots. So clean. So effectively is both of the Syras knocked out nice and early. And TD25 just had Chuz's number. Chuz didn't have the ultimate built up in time, and ultimately that was what cost them here in this one. The freeze comes out. No Shale ultimate available for Chuz. Caught out by not the first dash, but it was the third dash that got him with the freeze. There we go. Nice and easy. Get candy caned.
With those light attacks into those dashes, very tight timings.
Hasn't been as great. Like he's been kind of, you know, opting out of the lobby at points where he just doesn't want to give any extra points over, so he'll just go and exit out, take his leave. Where he's had a couple of situations where he's kind of just been forced into that. And again, this fight here versus CDY, he started it so well, like, and then he ran out of grapples to chase CDY around. CDY got a full reset off, and then Mike just kept getting caught on terrain, like over and over again. Like his movement in this area was really tragic for him.
Yeah, Mike picks apart the lobby. A lot of times when you play Spirit well, you either stick to the Spirit well and go for the buff, or you kind of pick off the stragglers. We see Chuz get picked off here by Mike at the end of that Spirit well. He ends up committing his ultimate and not getting much value off of it. And now Star with those golden eyes, the R&B, that verticality coming in, and you see him picking up the kills. But in the heads-up matchup, Mike with the engraving, the falling blue focus R&B, putting Star into a weird position, ends up getting grabbed once and twice. Thrown into zone, defeated by the Shadow and one Jade. Mike putting his hands in his pocket. Just another day, clocking into the office. 20 points of the day, but still at the top, holding a massive lead against the whole lobby.
That is one of those things that you pick an off meta pick. If you are the only one, you are going to get focused out. It is the awkward thing. I do feel like this last game is going to be exciting because, like I was saying, a lot of people have picked their double picks up. A lot of people have picked their power picks up already. So I'm going to be interesting to see what characters start to show up here in this final game. Like, I feel like we'll probably still see our Linings, our Liams, and you know, the Vice, all that stuff. But there may be the odd pick, which is really exciting here. As this fight versus Frostibus was so cool. Mike almost got the outplay in, but Frostibus caught him with the trap, finds that turnaround. Mike almost finishes him up, and then Frostibus gets the quick switcheroo, finishes him up. Both of them on blinking health bars off the back of this one. And I know you wanted to see this matchup. I just want to see someone not Shah playing it, because Shah kind of, you know, hasn't had the best performance today, and he kind of got rolled for it. So I would like to see, you know, someone else show up on it and see, you know, how the ACOS versus Lani matchup actually looks.
Now, 0.5.
The fact he's going to be starting with, you know, close to 10 points at the beginning of the day, and this outplay from Shah. This was why I became a believer for a moment. I became a Shah believer for just a second. What an outplay onto Spider. Completely locked him down, caught him out. Really nice. But Edward, 6 kills in, man. He had an absolutely brilliant final game of the day. Opened strong, ended strong. It's exactly what you need. Really solid performance. This is Pace taking on Wu Feng. Oh, we missed the Temi 1v1 actually. We totally missed this one. Wu Feng got absolutely rolled there by Pace as Mike then finishes up Wu Feng. This was one of the most satisfying kills on ACOS, when the final hit of the Tiger is what kills them. Look at this. And bang, dead. Absolutely brilliant. Really satisfying when they land that.
And to close out the day, your last 1v1, Edward versus Spider, one of the GOATs, versus an Edward reinvented Wang Liang is going to get tossed into the zone and iced off, even though Edward's still MVPs for the round. Still, Is Liam a force to be reckoned with? Remember, he's a high average points above a 5. Very, very hard.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not